What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan and I'm BT24, and today we're coming at you with another video. We're back at it with more BT24 deck profiles, and this is the start of our TS trait deck profiles, our Time Stranger specific deck profiles, starting with, of course, Jupitermon, the MC, the main character of the game, Aegiomon, and all the cool stuff you can do there. This is a pure kind of Jupitermon deck. I didn't really mix it with a lot of the other, Olympus 12. We do have another Olympus 12 in the decks. Surprise, it's Venusmon. But we do have that in the deck. But it is purely a yellow kind of vaccine Jupitermon deck. So we're going to get into it here. We're going to talk about the deck, what we like, what we think is good, and show you guys what we came up with. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. And starting off here, of course, we got the 4 copies of the new BT24 Sunomon. It's funny, the set, we have 2 Sunomons. We have a purple for Titans and then a yellow for this. Your turn once per turn. When your security stack is removed from this Digimon may Digivolve into a Shaman trait Digimon in the hand with the Digivolution cost reduced by 1. So this deck removes from security a lot, so it allows you to get those low-cost Digivolutions to reduce the cost of the Digivolution on one of your Shaman trait Digimon by 1, so that's always nice. Just the best one to place, and it's a TS trait, so it works for all your things like the in-between theater if you don't have a level 3 to go into. Starting off with our rookies, I'm only playing 3 copies of Aegiomon from BT24. He's your TS searcher, reveal top 3. Add 1 card with the Iliad trait and 1 card with the TS trait among them to the hand and return the rest to the bottom. It's also got the when attacking inheritable. You may add your top security to the hand, then if you have 0 security, recovery +1. So this can activate those abilities like the Sunomon ability, and like I said, if you're low security, it just gets you right back, so that's all right. This deck does trash your security a lot, so you do got to watch out because you are leaving yourself vulnerable to potential OTKs. If you're not super careful about it, but the deck brings up for it in so many different ways. I'm playing 4 copies of the Vaccine Patamon from BT14. He has the once per turn ability. When a card is added to your security stack, gain a memory, so you get memory gain from him. Also, start your main phase, you may search your security stack. This Digimon may Digivolve into a yellow Digimon card with the Vaccine trait among them without paying its cost. And then shuffle your security stack. If Digivolved by this effect, you may place 1 yellow card with the Vaccine trait from your hand at the bottom of your security stack. So it activates that memory gain anyways, as long as you have another Vaccine to put on the bottom of your security stack. And it helps you get into your Aegiomons for free out of your security stack. So we always want to play 4 of that because it's a freebie. We also play 4 of this freebie, which is the new TS Patamon. Starting your main phase, if you have 4 or less memory, this Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with the Angel or TS trait in the hand without paying the cost. So, again, free Digivolution, so into your Aegiomons. When attacking inheritable once per turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2,000 DP. So, the reason I don't play as many of the Searcher, just because, you generally want to put this guy in the back because of its inheritable. You want to put them all in the back because of their inheritables. And we have other search cards in the deck that can do what he does, so... But, yeah. I think it's like, I can't remember if he only searches 1. I won't cover. Okay, so he gets 2 pieces. And so he gets Tamers too. So he is good. I just find he's just not as good as the Patamons. And we are limited for space in this deck. Level 4s, we're playing 4 of the OG Aegiomon. It's got Barrier, Inheritable Barrier, and Blocker. It's the only Aegiomon we have other than the new one, so you have to play it at 4. If we get if we get any other Aegiomon, it's probably going to be played more than that. We also have the new Aegiomon, play 4 of that. Can Digivolve from a Aegiomon or a Time Stranger trait card for a cost of 2, which doesn't really even matter because it Digivolves for 2 on a yellow anyways. So, but that just means you can Digivolve cross color. It's got Barrier and Inheritable Barrier, but then it has the when moving, on play, and when Digivolving. I love when moving, by the way. It's just such a fun ability that they've added to the game now to make it so you can put stuff in the back and still gain value. By adding your top security card to the hand, you may play 1 TS trait Tamer card from your hand without paying the cost. This effect can't play cards with the same name as any of your Tamers. So you can play at least one of each of your Tamers with his ability. Super good. The fact that it's on play when digitaling and when moving is so good, especially because that's it for our champions. We go straight into our ultimates. 4 copies of Aegiomon, which has decoded Aegiomon in its inheritable and in its main ability, which means you can decode that guy and play another Tamer for free, which is really good. Security +1, cost on Aegiomon, cost 3, 4 on a yellow or red, which you only have Aegiomon, so it doesn't matter. When digitaling one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 5,000 DP of the turn, then if you have 3 or fewer security cards, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 7k. So you can delete something up to 12 because you're minusing it for 5. Or you can potentially pop 2 things with that ability. Pop a floodgate and then pop something on the field that's 7,000 DP or less. So really, really good. And then we play 2 copies of the promo Aegiomon. It's got decode Aegiomon in both its inheritable and its main ability. It's got a raid, so you can switch attacks to an unsuspended Digimon. It digivolves for 3 on an Aegiomon, so it doesn't matter about the color, or 3 on a red, level 4. And then it also has when digitaling, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, this Digimon gains Rush and 3,000 DP, so he's 10k until your opponent's turn ends. Then this Digimon may attack. So that's really good. So you get to get Rush and attack. So there's a way to close out games, potentially, because if you decode, if you get your opponent down to like 0 security and then your guy gets blown up, you can then decode, and it's when you leave the battle area, other than in battle, you may play. So this is like by your effects too, because it doesn't say against you. It just says when this Digimon would leave the battle area, other than by battle, you may play one Aegiomon from your Digitalization cards. So the cool thing is if you can kill your own guy, you could potentially, or something like that, you could potentially then summon out an Aegiomon, Digivolve into this guy. He's going to gain, as long as you have 3 or less security, which is pretty easy in this deck, he's going to gain Rush and then can attack in the end phase, potentially getting you game. So I like 2 copies of him, but we're also playing 2 copies of Boutmon, the promo Boutmon. Your turn when this Digimon would Digivolve into a card with the Shaman or Wizard in its traits, which is all your high-level guys. You may trash up to 3 cards from the top of your security stack. For each security card trashed by this effect, reduce the digitalization cost by 1. So this can get your Megas down to like 1 or 2 memory. You just got to be careful about how many cards you trash. And then when attacking inheritable, if you have 3 security cards, unsuspend this Digimon. So if you can get exactly back to 3, you can then use that extra unsuspend to get extra attacks in. I think 2 and 2 is a nice kind of place there. I don't want to play more than that. But potentially, depending how the deck moves, you might move away from Boutmon and towards more Aegiomons in the future. But I'm liking the split right now. So that's it for our ultimates. Getting into the Megas, of course, we're playing 3 copies of Jupitermon. He's got, Digivolves from a level 5 with the TS trait for cost 5 or on a yellow for cost 5, but it's okay because he also Digivolves on a Aegiomon in its name. And then cost is 1 for each of your security cards. So the less security cards you have, the cheaper he is, which is really awesome. And then on play when Digivolving, trash your top security card, and one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 13,000 DP until the end of the turn. Then if you have 1 or fewer security cards, recovery +2. So this puts you back to 3 if you're at 1. So this is good with the Boutmon. And then if you play it right, and then all turns, once per turn, when your security stack is removed from, trash your opponent's top security card. And then all turns, when any of your TS trait Digimon or Tamers would leave the battle area, by trashing your top security card, they don't leave. So he's got protection as well as when your security stack is removed from, you get to trash your opponent's top security card. So that's what all turns. So if your opponent attacks you, you get to trash their security for any checks they make. So super really good and just really fun ability. And then of course we play 2 copies of the old Venusmon because she just locks things out. You have so many easy ways of going in her in this deck and potentially stunning your opponent and for multiple turns because of the new Homerus. So when digivolving, all your opponent's Digimon gain security attack -1 until the end of your opponent's turn, and then opponent's turn, if your opponent's Digimon with security attack can't attack this Digimon and can't activate when attacking and when digivolving effects. So really, really good. Playing 2 copies of that. Also playing 2 copies of the new Venusmon. She's pretty good too. Digivolves on a level 5. TS trait cost 3. And then when this card would be played, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, you can reduce the play cost by 5, so you can play her for 7. Again, easy to do in this deck. And then on play, when digivolving, trash all the digital cards of one of your opponent's Digimon. Then until your opponent's turn ends, 2 of their Digimon or Tamers can't suspend or activate when digivolving effects. Again, really, really good. And then all turns, when any of your TS trait Digimon would leave the battle area other than by your effects, by placing one other Digimon with no Digitolution cards as the bottom security card, they can't leave. So, and that's like, you could potentially like put your Jupitermon on the bottom of the security thing to protect the Venusmon, and then decode, like I said, and go in and start all over again next turn. So it's technically not terribly bad. So that's pretty good like that. So that is all our Digimon. Getting into our Tamers, we're playing 3 copies of Inori Mizono from BT24. If you have 4 or less memory, gain 1 memory. All turns, when your security stack is removed from, by suspending this Tamer, one of your Aegiomon may digivolve into a Digimon card with Aegiomon in its name in the hand without paying the cost. And of course, we're going to get more Aegiomons in the future because there's the Holy, the blue, and the green version as well. But right now we have the promo and the other one, which are the same. Technically, they're the red. They're the regular Aegiomon. But yeah. The nice thing is you gain memory off of her, and the cool thing is because of the Aegiomon's barrier, you can potentially attack with a Aegiomon or a Aegiomon, and then barrier if he dies, and then strips your security, activate her, and go into a Aegiomon. So the cool thing to do, of course, is to attack with a Aegiomon, die, use barrier, use Inori, go into a Aegiomon while you're still in the attack phase. You get an extra check, and if you hit another card that's bigger than you, you can still use barrier again because now your inheritable barrier is alive. Whereas you use the main effect, then you can use the other effect, and you get an extra check-in. So it's pretty good as well. 2 Dan Kanan Yuki gains a memory if you have 4 or less. Is a TS Tamer, so you can play both of these cards, both him and Inori, off of Aegiomon's ability. End of your turn by suspending this Tamer. You may use one of your TS trait option cards with as high or lower use cost as your opponent's memory from your hand without paying the cost. Then one of your Digimon with the TS trait may attack. This is cool because not only does it let you attack during the end phase, but it also lets you play free option cards, which adds value. So just having this on the board adds value, and you can potentially give your opponent 3 memory just to get a free card out, which is not bad, especially if they already have a memory Tamer. And then, of course, we're playing 3 Homerus. Start of your main phase, gain 1 memory. Then if you have 5 or more memory, suspend this Tamer and draw 1. All turns, all of your TS trait Digimon get plus 1,000. And then end of your turn, by suspending this Tamer, you may activate 1 on play or when digivolving effect of one of your Olympus 12 trait Digimon. So the cool thing about this is either if it's on the board, it kind of tricks your opponent into having to give you lots of memory, and if it's not on the board, you can hard cast it, use it in the end phase with your big monster on the board to use his ability twice, which can be really devastating. So that's really, really good. So I do like that very much. I think you need to have 3 copies, because especially with like the Venusmon from BT10 is amazing with this card. The new Venusmon's amazing as well, and even Jupitermon being able to multiple times do minus 13k DP to Digimon on the board is huge. So that is it for the Tamers. You only really want to get 1 of each out. We're playing 1 copy of Blinding Ray because it's Blinding Ray and it activates your abilities and gets you 2 memory. So why not? Playing 2 copies of Temple of the Beginnings, which is a 2-cost TS trait card you can use for free with Dan Yuki, which is add your top security to the hand, then recovery +1, then place this card in the battle area. Delay. When your security stack is removed from delay, you may place the top stack card of any of your Digimon with Aegiomon or Jupitermon in their names as the top security card. So, and then its security abilities, you may play one Aegiomon or a Lekmon from your hand or trash without paying the cost. I like that. Also playing 2 copies of Abyss Throne Room, which is, while you have no face-up security cards, you can ignore this card's color requirement, which is basically the same. I think this one here lets you... No, you can't ignore that one, but you're all yellow anyways. But yeah, you can ignore its color requirements while you have no face-up security cards. All of your blue and yellow TS trait Digimon gain blocker. When you have Neptunemon or Venusmon, all of your blue or yellow TS trait Digimon gain alliance. So that's cool. And then main, add your bottom security card to the hand and place this card as the face-up bottom security card. Then you may play 1 blue or yellow TS trait Digimon card from your hand with the play cost reduced by 3. So you get to play. You play your searcher, play stuff like that for free. It's just, yeah. So you can play your Lekmons for free, and then just have that there, giving your guys blocker, so having some protection, as well as the potential for alliance when you get up to a Venusmon. And then its security abilities, you may play a level 4 or lower blue or yellow TS trait Digimon card from your hand or trash without paying the cost, which is really good because, playing a Aegiomon late game from the trash, putting another Tamer on board, and then being able to go up after your opponent's turn is also really, really good. So I do like that, and that's why I'm playing 2 of that. And then lastly, we're playing 3 copies of the In-Between Theater. While you have the TS trait Digimon or Tamer on the field, you can ignore this card's color requirement. So remember, if you're going to play this, you got to play it before you play the one Patamon, because the one BT14 Patamon is not TS, whereas the Tsunomon is. And then reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with the TS trait among them to the hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck, and then place this card in the battle area, and then delay. It's your memory boost, so you gain 2 memory. So we play 3 of that, and like I said, when you can play this stuff for free because of Dan Yuki, it's super good, super consistent, so we really like that. But that is our Aegiomon, our Jupitermon deck. This deck, I think, is only going to get better as we get more things like Wrath Mode, more Aegiomons. But right now, I'm already pretty impressed by the deck, and it's got some cool things, using the vaccine engine, using Venusmons, using so many different things that I really kind of enjoy that. And I think it's really going to be a really fun deck, and it's actually probably like one of my top decks for the format. Even if it doesn't become super good in the meta, it's still going to be one of my favorites for this format. But let me know your guys' thoughts about this. What do you think about the deck? Do you like the pure build? Do you think I should have played more Olympus 12 cards? What do you think about this overall? And what are you doing with your Aegiomon, your Jupitermon deck? Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.